Yo, Golem here. This is DragonFable, an old 2006 Flash game from way back in the day that I picked up again recently. The silent videos you've been seeing on the channel so far have been my brother, the goat. But I prefer talking. We got three options here. We got the warrior, the mage, the rogue. Very classic, very old school hero. I'll be going with... I have a warrior. I just recently did a rogue. And I've done mage. Let's go with rogue. Let's change the trim. Be a bit more muddy. Then create. As you can see, all my heroes from over the years. The warrior, my mage, another warrior, another mage, my main account right now, and Golem. We're going to start on book 1, and we're going to go through the whole adventure up to book 4, which is being released weekly. DragonFable by Artix Entertainment. There's the first dragon. Alright, we're only level 1, but we got this. A dragon. You can tell it's looking. There's a lot of cheese and puns in the early thing for the Artix games, and in the later, they never really changed that bit. There's Twilly, the Moglin mascot. There's our good priestess, and that box holds, well, a dragon. I would like to not be in though, so how about you just leave? Sick. As you see, I do have some stuff. This is a quest, so I can't change into it, but I bought the Doom Knight collection. My main character has a lot more dragon coins, but all the side characters get a little bit from buying it. And I have all the Doom Knight gear, which does darkness damage and protection against light and dark. I won't be using it outside of when I need a darkness thing until I max out my base class, but it's good to have a good darkness weapon, and I'll show you the weapon special feature. Let's get out of it. You get out of here. And some things. We got our basic quest book. Your origins are a mystery, but your legend begins here. We don't have a dragon yet, so our amulet does nothing. And let me show off the darkness sword. It has a cooldown of a special thing every 20 turns. As a rogue, well, usually swords do. It's a scythe. Okay, the Sword of Doom is a scythe. Scythes can use whatever your highest stat is And since they're all equal, it's just guessing. Hit level 2. And we got the Forgotten Spear, which is something they introduced sometime late book 3. When you combine it with something else, it's a way for new characters to get XP a little bit faster. We have all our stats. Charisma is for your pets and your XP gain and gold gain, which I'm actually going to put in early on because, well, flat int is for your magic. Dex is for dots. You rogues are all about their dots, so it's going to be Dex and int for the most part. Strength is just flat damage for non-crits. If we're a warrior, we would be going that. Endurance is your health. You get passive health on level up and mana, but these are much faster about it. And luck is increases crit chance. The sword I had, you saw that little icon in the corner, is the cooldown for its special. If I had enough luck, it would be lower. But let's do the first quest. It's hero time. Let's go. And this punk is Drakith. He wants the box. In Adventure Quest Worlds 3D, I believe he becomes Chaos. Though I couldn't tell you for sure, it's not something I ever particularly did. See, I don't have quite a lot of damage because my only stat is luck. But let's see if he survives long enough so I can show you the special before I stop using the Doom Sword. See if I survive long enough. And as you can see, all our stuff is locked behind leveling. But we got mana potions, and we got potions. I'm going to take a little sippy sip. Alright. I'll take another sippy sip just so he doesn't die. And this is the Doom Sword special. It summons a void of skulls that is slammed to your opponent. And there's a goblin running off with the box. Well, Sneevil, but they're goblins. Oh. Okay, goodbye. Sure, I'll keep this safe. But that is the Sword of Doom. But for now, it is going to go a buddy bay. Let's train my stats. And actually increase my dex. Maya, our lore keeper. Sometimes in the tutorial things we can find books, and if we do, we can get some special stuff. Powerful light weapon for level 60s. But there's some normal early stuff too. And then a pet. Little turtle. Oh, Over here we have the weapon shop for a lot of things if you have an amulet. Melee defense, water up. Got all the wings of the chosen. His crit and wisdom and wind resistance, energy resistance, fire resistance. Obviously these are very small numbers. Later stuff is much better. But usually you'll get better loot from missions than from buying. So I never bothered particularly. The meat hall where you can do a quest or eat to heal up. That's just a little print. But for now, let's talk to Sir Valence and take out some Sneevils. Now I know it's a spear in the name and size in the weapon type. Well, no, it's a blade. This one's a blade. But unfortunately, we're just a little baby still, so it's a whole lot of press attack, and that's that. If we can get lucky and do 6 damage each hit, they'll die instantly, but well, we also have that for if we can't. Eventually we'll unlock a multi-attack, but it goes left, right, left, right, left, right. So my level 4 is going to be surprise attack, then smoke, then poison, then daze, then flashing blade, then tangle, and so on and so forth until we finally get our multi-attack way over there. All skills cost mana to use, but as you can see, just attacking gives us a flat amount back. You generally want to focus fire. Another level up. Level ups mid-quest will always full heal you. So you can win a fight without using a potion and you're near leveling up. It's usually worth it just to let the level up full heal you. Had to turn down the music real quick on my end. These little jokes of monsters are all different types, but and we'll get to see a good example of the different kinds as we go through the Sneevil questline for the early game Sneevils. Oh, I actually missed one. And because I missed, I didn't get rapid because I need both my attacks to hit. Portal Door has a healing pad behind it. Obviously, we're going to fight purely for the XP. Up, 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 up. And let's just heal real quick and get our mana back. If it's just red, it's just healing. If it's just blue, it's just mana. Some quests you'll find them where they're like that, but for the bigger quests, there's usually one hidden somewhere on the map. And when you get to a boss fight, you always have the option to full heal. Well, when it's a special boss. Here, so it's just an evil. But I can stealth to get some dodge chance and a bit of crit chance, and then I can start swinging. Since the end of the quest was interacting with these boxes and not that boss, there was no full heal option. But we found a sword that just does a flat 12 damage. We don't use swords, but and just split down the middle. Swords do melee damage, which is just your strength. Or the level where that doesn't matter too much, but because it does a flat 12, it's better than the two attacks that could do 5 to 6. Level up again. You generally want to train your stats right after you level up, but it's also early enough to where that doesn't particularly matter. Especially since I would just be going with luck anyways. The one downside as a rogue to using swords is I can't use surprise attack or stealth or a lot of my abilities on that side. So it's an okay sword. It's bad for my class. There was a big crit just in, but it is amazing for getting through because it's just a flat number. And most of these Sneevils only have 12 to 15 health. They get their little robot dog hitting me, but 3 rounds and they're gone. Now, when it's glowing like that, that is the end of the quest. Which means as soon as we interact with one, it will end things, even if we haven't killed everything in the room. And they took it with them, so okay, we're going this way. Objective complete. We got the decoy box. And we got a better dagger. And this is a dagger we can actually use. As you can see, you get a lot of gear. Let me train my stats real quick. All into Dex. Now, I have a Dragon Ammonite, so I could bring him along with me. And speed through the different early quests. And because the Dragon Ammonite lets you do a lot of things, I can also get companions straight from my quest book when I'm not in a quest without having to go to where they are and invite them. But the more companions you have, while it makes fighting easier, you get less rewards. So early on, it's worth it just to not bring them at all, unless you're just trying to speed through a quest chain. If you have a high enough charisma, though, and you're just trying to farm gold, you can bring 2 people. With maxed out charisma, you actually earn more. But that's just for farming gold, and there are a lot of really expensive things you'd want to farm gold for. Here's your little base Sneevil, as it only has 5 health. It's level 1 to R5. Double boxes. Now I'm wielding daggers again. I can show you guys surprise. 150% damage, and it's going to do 50% damage dot for 1 turn. 24 damage because it crit too, and it's going to do 4 to 8 damage. Then they'll survive, but a lot of the rogue is set up then attack, where something like warrior, you would just be strike twice, strike thrice, or use battle cry to give you boost, which is just a flat bonus to hit. Let's smoke. Which is giving me defense. Avoidance completely dodges it. Defense lowers the damage. If they have a high enough attack where your avoidance won't help, it's better to get defense. And some classes are very heavy on their defensive stuff, where others are full aggro, which we will see as we go through the story. But there's Paladin, there's Necromancer, you can be a pirate, a ninja. And there are special classes you can get for Dragon Coins, which is the premium currency. Obviously, you can buy it, and I'm starting with a few, but you can also earn them through daily missions. To get a handful, as long as you just play once a day, you'll be able to buy the DC classes eventually for effectively free, since you're just using earned currency for them. Let me get my drink. When you have multiple opponents, you always want to hit the one with less health. But it, like, even though both attacks hit, it died in the first. So, now wrap it. I do have access to daze now, though, my stun. So it doesn't do as much damage. It has a dot. It stops them from acting. Let's see. If I had my full decks and I didn't have anything in charisma for the extra gold and XP, daze would the dot damage would probably be killing them on their turn on the first go around. Let's get my mana back. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. Let's daze you to take you out, and then rapid strike you. And here's King Spurt, king of the Sneevils of this region. What's the name of the daze? As you can see, he has a bit of defense against basic stuff. He has a +3 to crit. He doesn't have any boosts or bonuses. And a lot of times the stat will be 0 because it's kind of just a player thing in the arena and whatnot. But we'll get 5 gold and 100 XP for beating him. Now that we've dazed him, let's stealth, because he can't act. Surprise him to get another dot on him. Next, he's going to take a bit of damage, but then be able to act going forward, as that was its last turn. But we can just throw stun back on him. There was a hiccup there. I said stun when I meant surprise attack. Let's see, this has a cooldown of 2 rounds, so it's use 2 other skills, and you're good. But XP and gold, baby. And we got another sword. Getting a lot of swords when we're not the swords guy. Let's see this treasure chest. Crit chance and endurance. I have a dragon amulet, so I could just get the slightly better one. I'll throw that on. And my health went up a bit because I have endurance from gear. And let's bump my dex up 5 more. Now, you could, after doing that, go. Or we can find Survey and do his quest to learn more about the Black Dragon box. The Forest Furies have always been a dangerous monster, but they never attack without cause. Now let's go get the seeds back. See, and this is what I mean. We're at the start of a quest. We have a healing pad. It's not always there, but here it is. And we got Furious Fury. They're harpies. They're weak to fire damage. Now, when I looked in that shop, there was a fire weapon, but I didn't buy it. If I had, I would be doing extra damage to them. They're strong against stunning effects with an immobilized 20. Doesn't mean it doesn't work, they're just likely to resist it. If something is over 100, they will start to heal from it. So if they had 100 metal, I'd be healing them instead of hurting them. Let's hit you with a daze. Then swap targets and throw rapid on you to start doing the damage while the other one can't act. And let's take you out for free. Then surprise. Surprise. And sometimes you'll just get this where it's just nothing burgers. What good old early flash game rogues without everything unlocked. You kind of just keep doing your combo till you unlock the rest of it. Down we go. Hit you with another daze, another rapid. As you can see, it's chewing through our mana because I haven't put anything in wisdom. So I don't actually have a lot of mana. I could run back and go to the very start to pick up that healing pad and rest on it for a second. Or I could just strike normally because they don't do a lot of damage. And get my use this fight to get my mana back. See, I went from almost out to almost full. I can't, basically full. You're alone, so let's just hit you with daze. Now, monsters have mana, but they don't actually use it for any of their abilities. And that is the quest end. It has 2 guardians. Let's hit you with the take a little nappy nap. Up. For the birds. Objective complete. And we got a dusty old tome. Let's go back to Oaklore. And here's Maya. Book delivery. I do have a book for you. I have a dusty old tome. So here you go. And now we have a pet. We'll go a little long and do the tree fort mission to show you our little pet. Now, in the options, you can have manual pet options, or you can let it automatically do it. When you have your dragon, manual is best, but as you can see, this pet doesn't do anything but have an attack. So there's no real reason to keep it on. Of course, we're in battle, so nothing we can do about it. But until we get our dragon, he's just gonna be a little helper. Yeah, I just want to show off the pet. We're not going to be fully doing this quest this episode. That's it for episode 1 of DragonFable. We'll be doing about 2 quests a thing, and maybe a little longer in the future if they're short quests or they're waves. But we'll see how the story progresses.